So we are recording and we are dealing with the MCQ lecture for US CMA Part 1, Unit 5, Internal Controls. In internal controls, this is Part 1 of internal controls. The first concept we are discussing is the concept of the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, also referred to as SOX. Under SOX, the first topic of discussion is complaint procedures. The first topic is complaint procedures or whistleblowing. Now, what are complaint procedures? What is whistleblowing? If any employee notices anything unethical, notices anything fraudulent, they will report it to those charged with governance. वो लोग शिकायत करेंगे. शिकायत करने वाले एम्प्लॉय के साथ क्या सलूक किया जाए? How should he be treated? How should he be protected? This section is all about that. So first of all the complaints that have been listed down, they should have a retention policy. There should be a retention policy for complaints. What is the meaning of there should be a retention policy of complaints? The meaning is if anybody raises a complaint against a particular aspect in an organization, that particular complaint has to be retained by the company to understand that this is an area where complaints can arise. For example, cash disbursal और cash payments में fraud हो सकता है, इस बात का डर है. तो उसके बारे में there was a complaint that was made. There has to be a retention policy with respect to these complaints. These complaints have to be retained. Point number B, the complaints have to be catalogued. This is called cataloging of complaints. So, for example, what can the complaints be about? The complaints can be, for example, about fraud. They can be about errors. They can be about lapse of control. Complaints can be because of anything, right? Their cataloging has to be done. So today, if I am saying that there is an area where there is a problem, if that problem is fraud related, I have got a catalog, that is a list. Have you ever been to one of these clothing showrooms? They show you a catalog. It's a printed book where you have various designs of sherwanis and kurtas and chudidars and everything. So you have Virat Kohli wearing 10 different kurtas and chudidars. That's a catalog. How does he look in one catalog? How does he look in another catalog, etc. So what happens is you have an entire catalog dedicated to fraud. So these are the possible fraud complaints that we have received. What happens is you get a foolproof kind of inventory list, bucket list. ये सारी चीजें हमारे यहाँ पे गलत हो सकती है. Understanding what I'm trying to say? Next point is very, very important. That is protection of identity of the whistleblower. This is very, very important. Sir, अगर किसी ने शिकायत की, somebody complains, are you going to tell publicly everybody that this person has complained? Then people will try to harm that person. Sir, who will try to harm? Imagine the corporation is very big where you're talking about millions and billions of dollars. That person's life, the physical safety can be at risk. He can be physically harmed. He or she can be physically harmed. Point number D, you have to provide a treatment or you have to provide a solution of, or rather to the complaints. You have to provide a solution to the complaints and there should be a policy for this. And there should be what? There should be a policy for this. Please keep this much in mind. This is with respect to SOX. What is it with respect to SOX? SOX with respect to complaint proceedings. SOX with respect to what? Complaint proceedings. What is the first point? There must be a retention policy of complaints. There must be a cataloging of complaints. There must be a protection of the identity of the whistleblower. And there must be a treatment or a solution to the complaints, that there should be a policy for treating all these complaints. Please try to understand. There has to be a policy for treating the complaints. You can't just say, complaint karo fir dekh lenge. Say for example, you will have a complaint regarding me and you will raise that complaint with Arfina. Arfina ma'am, we have a problem. Sir is not teaching theory properly. Will Arfina only make a list of the complaints or will she address it? She will address it. What will she do? She will address it. How will she address it? She will tell me that look, these and these students have a problem with respect to theory. Please try to understand this. What is that? There is a solution for it. Will she come and tell me that this is the student who complained? No, she will not. She will not tell me. One feedback that Arfina got recently was, you teach really well, but students are concerned about punctuality. Interesting. It's a feedback. Why? Because sometimes we have a time for 7:45, we start a lecture at say 8 o'clock. Because we have to adjust for all the students. So there is a strict policy from now on. If we're starting at 7:45, we're starting at 7:45. This is an example. Did she tell me which student said it? No, she did not tell me. Why not? Because she's protecting the identity of that particular entity. Why? So that there is no animosity between them and me. And I'm able to provide services comfortably. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? So this objectivity has to be there with respect to handling whistleblowing complaints. Are you with me on that? Yes or no? Please tell me that. Students, are you with me there? Okay. The next part or the next concept in theory that we have to take into consideration for SOX. Now, please try to understand. Please try to understand. Now, let us have a quick conceptual revision of what are the provisions of SOX. Now, what are we looking at in this particular second concept under SOX? We are looking at the provisions of SOX. Now, what are the provisions of SOX that we are essentially going to be looking at? Sir, the first provision is that SOX applies to issuers. Issuers means what? Issuers means public company. Issuers means public company. The board of director of an issuer, the board of director of an issuer, what must they do? They must appoint an audit committee. What must the board of directors of an issuer do? They must appoint an audit committee. Next, the management must certify the financial statements. What must the management do? The management must certify. The management must certify. Please try to understand. Please try to understand what I'm trying to say here. What I'm trying to say is that the management, no matter what happens, the management, no matter what happens, has to do what? The management has to certify what? The financial statements. We have seen this yesterday as far as our lecture on SOX was concerned. The third point, an important point, the management must provide a written report. What must the management do? They must provide a written report. What about this written report is important? The written report on what? On the effectiveness of internal controls and internal control procedures and what? And internal control procedures within 90 days of the publication of annual report. The management must provide a written report on the effectiveness of internal controls and internal control procedures within 90 days of the publication of the annual report. Next, if there is any director or officer of the issuer, that is of the listed company, who was employed with the CPA firm, that is the public accounting firm, who has been appointed as an auditor to the issuer, who has been appointed as an auditor to the issuer, then such a public accounting firm, cannot be appointed, then such a public auditing firm cannot be appointed as an auditor. It cannot be appointed as an auditor. Sir, ये नहीं समझा. No problem. Let us take an example. Let us say that Meet is the director of, Apple Incorporated. He resigns as a director and joins Con Resnick as a practicing CPA. Meet, he is a qualified CPA. Who is Meet? He is a qualified CPA. He is a director of Apple. Then he resigns as a director and joins Con Resnick as a practicing CPA. Apple appoints Con Resnick as an auditor. This appointment is not allowed under SOX. Why? Because the issuer, who is Apple, their former director is now an auditor. This audit firm cannot audit Apple. This audit firm cannot audit Apple. Why? Because the former director, Meet, knows everything in and out about Apple. If he knows where they are performing fraudulently, he will hide it in the course of the audit. He will influence his team to hide that and take some kind of consideration from Apple. This is not allowed. Why is this not allowed? Cannot audit because such an appointment impacts the independence of the auditor. What does such an appointment do? Such an appointment impacts the independence of the auditor. Are you with me on this? 100%? Yes or no? Please tell me that. Agreed or disagreed? Next. Let us talk about assessment of internal controls as the next concept. Guys, we'll have to just pause for a moment. So the next concept in SOX that we are looking at is section 404. Section 404 is assessment of internal controls. What is the next concept? It is known as assessment of internal controls. Now, assessment of internal controls must be performed and disclosed by the management. Where must this be disclosed? This must be disclosed in annual report. This must be disclosed in annual report of the company. Now, what must we do with respect to this? Number one, there must be a statement. There must be a statement that the management is responsible, for establishing plus maintaining an adequate internal control structure plus internal control procedure for financial reporting. What is the point here? The point is that an assessment of internal controls must be performed and must be disclosed by the management. Where must this be disclosed? It must be disclosed in the annual report. Number one, there must be a statement. There must be a what? A statement that the management is responsible for establishing and maintaining what? An adequate internal control structure and an internal control procedure for what? For financial reporting. So please try to understand, we are rewriting this in a more student friendly way so that the management is responsible for establishing and maintaining what? Establishing and maintaining. Establishing and maintaining what? Number one, establishing and maintaining an adequate internal control structure. Number two, an adequate procedure for what? For financial reporting. For what? For financial reporting. Let's read this point again. Section 404 requires an assessment of internal controls by the management. The assessment of internal controls must be performed and that assessment must be disclosed by the management. Where? In the annual report. In the annual report, there must be a statement that the management is responsible for establishing and maintaining an adequate internal control structure and an adequate procedure for what? An adequate internal structure of an adequate internal procedure for an adequate procedure for and an adequate internal control structure for what? For financial reporting. I hope everybody understands this. So what does the management have to do? Maintain an adequate internal control structure and maintain an adequate procedure. So what are the keywords here? The keywords are internal control structure and adequate procedure for what? For the purposes of financial reporting. Please keep that much in mind. Next, there must be an assessment of the effectiveness of internal controls. What must there be? There must be an assessment of the effectiveness of internal controls and assessment of the effectiveness of internal controls and procedures for the latest fiscal year. Please try to understand the meaning of this. First of all, the management has to establish and maintain an internal control structure and an adequate procedure for financial reporting. And this thing has to be there in the current year. It has to be there in the current year. So structure है, पर पिछले साल तक था. So structure is there, but it was functioning till last year. Then what happened? Sir, the internal auditor left the company. Are so what? What about your structure? Will it come to an end if a particular employee leaves the company? Yes, sir, that is what happened with you. Then that is not how it should be. The structure must be in place, irrespective of whether a person exists in the company or not. Remember, no company depends on a person. A company that depends on a person is a company that cannot survive time. It will die. What is the biggest task that I have to perform in Apex Academics? I have to train a second line of faculties who will teach in my absence or in my stead. What is the meaning of that? Sir, you might not teach after a few months or a few years. Yes, I might not. Classes band ho jayenge. No, it's a company. It has perpetual succession. It will keep on forever. So then what will you do? We will recruit faculties. What will you do? We will recruit faculties. We will recruit trainers. We will recruit the best of them. Sir, what will you do? I will probably be an old man at that time, not as young and handsome and beautiful as I am today. I might not have the physical strength to carry on, right? I may require my attention to be diverted to other aspects of the business. So will I say that, okay, only I will teach in Apex? Then company band ho jayegi. There have to be other people who come through. Some of you, our students, will be given an opportunity to do that. Pass, come, give a demo lecture and get to work. I will teach you how to teach. I will teach you how to teach. Pre-rajulization and Farhan nitrate. I will teach you how to teach. Understanding what I'm trying to say. And then that will be the perpetual line of succession. So what will happen because of that? एक आदमी पे निर्भर नहीं रहेगी process. It will be a process that is naturally going on. Are you able to understand this concept, everybody? Yes or no? Please tell me that. Sir, so what is the job of the management? To establish and maintain an adequate internal control structure and an adequate procedure for financial reporting. And this thing has to be there in the latest fiscal year as well. Are we clear about this particular point? Yes or no? Please tell me that. Agreed or disagreed? Yes or no? Next, we are looking at, in the next concept, the focus of SOX. Our next concept is focus of SOX. Sir, what is SOX focused on? So this is, I think, our concept number. Sir, section, this was, so this is 2. Sir, 404 over here was concept number 3. Sir, this will now become concept number 4. Sir, what is concept number 4? Concept number 4 is the focus of SOX. Sir, SOX is focused on. Sir, SOX is focused on internal controls. Sir, what is SOX focused on? Internal controls and external reporting. So it is focused on internal controls and external reporting. So there are various topics on, and there are various sections on these two particular topics within SOX. SOX does not cater to. SOX does not specifically cater to, number 1, purchase of assets or securities. SOX does not cater to requirement of education of CFOs. SOX does not cater to long-term strategies of the company. SOX does not specifically cater to this. What does SOX cater to? Sir, it caters to internal controls and it caters to external reporting. Apart from this, sir, does SOX cater to anything else? No, sir. SOX is not interested in anything else beyond these two particular aspects. I hope you all are with me on that. Yes or no, please tell me that. Do we agree to this concept? 100%. Do we agree? Next. Sir, essay type question. Sir, essay type question. It can also come in MCQs. That is now concept number 5. Sir, the question is, what should management report on internal controls include? What is the question? What should the management report on internal controls include? And of course, this is as per SOX. This is as per SOX. Now, please try to understand. First of all, there must be a statement of management responsibility for establishing and maintaining adequate internal controls. What is the meaning of this statement? The meaning of this statement is simple that the management, वो कैलेंडर पे से चिमटा निकाल के दो ना मेरे को. The management is going to stand up the management is going to stand up today and they are going to say what? The management is going to stand up today and they are going to say that internal controls को establish करना, इंटरनल कंट्रोल्स को मेंटेन करना हमारी जिम्मेवारी है. मैनेजमेंट इज गोइंग टू से दिस. इंटरनल कंट्रोल्स को एस्टेब्लिश करना और इंटरनल कंट्रोल्स को मेंटेन करना हमारी जिम्मेवारी है, हम करेंगे. वी आर गोइंग टू डू दिस. एम आई क्लियर? एंड दिस स्टेटमेंट इज गोइंग टू बी मेड बाय द मैनेजमेंट. This statement, give me the AC remote. This statement is going to be made by the management in a public domain. This statement is going to be made by the management in public domain. Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me that. This statement will be made by the management where? In public domain. Agreed or disagreed? Next statement. There must be a conclusion on the effectiveness of internal controls of the company. Effectiveness of internal controls of the company. A conclusion on the effectiveness of internal controls of the company must be reported on by the management. मैनेजमेंट बोलेगी हमारी जिम्मेवारी है इंटरनल कंट्रोल्स को सेटअप करना. सो कर दिया. मैनेजमेंट बोलेगी इस जिम्मेदारी के बाद एक और है, यह कहना ये इंटरनल कंट्रोल्स सफिशिएंट है कि नहीं. इट इज अवर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टू एस्टैब्लिश एंड मेंटेन द इंटरनल कंट्रोल्स एंड आफ्टर दैट we are going to comment on the sufficiency of those controls, that the controls that we put in, are they good enough or are they not. A student should ask a doubt, sir, which management is so bloody stupid that they will say हमारे internal control sufficient नहीं है. चलेगा. Let us assume that the management is full of liars. Auditor क्या झक मारने के लिए बैठा है क्या? Auditor is going to definitely say in his report, he's going to comment on whether or not these internal controls are sufficient. It is his job, yes or no? What is the job of the auditor? Sir, his job is to perform an assessment of risk of material misstatement, yes or no? Sir, how will he perform the assessment of ROMOM? Sir, ROMOM is equal to inherent risk multiplied by control risk. Sir, management can bloody lie in this report. In this same annual report, there is the auditor's report, yes or no? Who will the investors believe? Management or auditor? Auditor, because he is independent, he is outsider, he is trustee of society. It is his job to audit the management. विजय माल्या बोल रहा है कोर्ट में, I am innocent. झूठा. तो इनोसेंट था तो भागा क्यों लंदन शादी करने. नीरव मोदी बोलता है I am innocent. झूठा. If you are innocent, why did you run away? Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? Yes or no? Please tell me that. Who decides? Auditor decides. Please keep this statement in mind. Next, there has to be a statement that auditor has attested. Attested means signed off. Attested and reported on the management's evaluation of internal controls. Sir, these are very important statements. Sir, management क्या बोलेगा? Sir, internal controls are effective. Sir, auditor क्या बोलेगा? Internal controls are not effective. Sir, if this is the disconnect, What is the final result over here? The final result will always be as per auditor, will always be as per auditor. Sir, so if the management says effective and the auditor says effective, sir, investor is happy. Sir, investor is happy. Why investor is happy? Because he knows that management has also done a good job and auditor has also done a good job. सर पर मेरी तरह इन्वेस्टर होगा तो वो डर जाएगा, वो बोलेगा साले दोनों चोर है साथ में हाथ मिला लिया तो मेरा पैसा तो गयो, ठाकुर तू तो गयो, थारा पैसा गया, क्यों गया, थारो पैसो गयो ठाकुर, ऑडिटर और मैनेजमेंट चोर हसे, अरे बाप रे, then we are screwed. Then we are screwed. But somewhere there has to be a reasonable trust. Somewhere there has to be a reasonable trust. You can't say कि सभी साले चोर है. You can't say कि सभी साले चोर है. Then you will not be able to live your life. Agreed or disagreed? Now, please try to understand that if there are any disagreements between the management and the auditor, the same have to be described or included in the report. Of whom? Of the auditor. Of the auditor. Please try to understand. If management and auditor disagree on internal controls effectiveness, please pay attention. Auditor will disclose in audit report. Auditor will disclose in audit report is something that you have to keep in mind. Please make sure of this. Please make sure of this. First particular set of concepts we are discussing. SOX is not yet over. SOX is not yet over. Next we come to CEO and CFO responsibilities in SOX. Next we come to CEO and CFO assertions in SOX. Sir, I believe this is concept number 6. Sir, I believe this is concept number 6. Now, please pay attention to concept number 6. Sir, what happened? Sir, there must be a conclusion as to the effectiveness of internal controls as per their evaluation. Sir, who passes this conclusion? Sir, CEO and CFO will pass their conclusion. That yes, we believe. That yes, we believe they're effective, they are not effective. You need to understand that a statement, this is an important point, a statement that controls have been evaluated for their effectiveness. For their what? For their effectiveness within 90 days. Within how many days? Within 90 days prior to the issue of your annual report. Prior to the issue of what? Your annual report. Meaning, suppose the annual report has been issued on 15th of August 2025. 15th of August minus 90 days. Minus how many days? Minus 90 days. Meaning, इधर आएगा आपका 1st of August. सर अभी कितने हो गए? 90 minus 15, 75. सर ये 15 days of August. Sir, 31 days of July. Sir, 30 days of June. How many is this? 61 plus 15. That is 76. And 14 days of May. Matlab somewhere around 15th May. Approx. Nobody is going to ask you to calculate this date. I'm saying approx 15th May. What should you have? As on 15th May, ICR operating effectively. ICR operating effectively 90 days prior to annual report. 90 days prior to annual report. What is happening? Internal controls are operating effectively 90 days prior to annual report. Management has to disclose this. What does the management have to do? Management has to disclose this. Sir, third point, third point, within the CEO and CFO, uh, you know, clarifications within the CEO and CFO assertion is that all the controls were set up to ensure that, to ensure what? To ensure that all material information is available to users of financial statement. Sir, all the material information is made available to users of financial statements. Sir, internal controls facilitate financial reporting. What is important? Sir, what is financial reporting? Preparation of balance sheet, P&L and cash flow statement. Sir, internal controls are such that the financial reporting in the company, that what? That the financial reporting in the company can happen comfortably. Can happen what? Can happen comfortably without any problems, without any risks. Just a second, let me have some water. Now, the next set of concepts that is important for SOX compliances, we are looking at that. Let us see if there is anything more important with respect to SOX. Well, more or less, we have completed SOX. We have completed SOX, but there is a section, there is a section in PCAOB, and that is a section on an auditing standard on which the IMA had asked a question once. So what has happened is that particular concept we are specifically touching upon, and that concept is PCAOB plus SOX. This is your concept number 7, if I'm not mistaken, in SOX. Sir, what is the concept? Sir, auditing standard file. Auditing standard file. Sir, while developing audit procedures, this is where our basic lectures will be useful. Do you remember in our basic lectures we have discussed sampling? Yes. एक आम के बेसिस पे सारे आम डिसाइड करेंगे, एक सैंपल के बेसिस पे पूरा पॉपुलेशन डिसाइड करेंगे. ये बेसिक लेक्चर में मैंने बोला है. डू यू चेक एवरीथिंग? नो, you check only certain things. Sir, while developing audit procedures, I am adding this point here. Auditor uses sampling. Sir, what is sampling? Sir, select items are checked. Sir, all items are not checked. Therefore, sir, since select items are checked, do you get a reasonable assurance or an absolute assurance? Sir, reasonable assurance. Sir, what assurance do we get? Sir, we get a reasonable assurance. And all items are not checked. Therefore, we do not get an absolute assurance. Therefore, we do not get what? An absolute assurance. Sir, this is known as what audit? Sir, this is known as risk-based audit. What is this known as? This is known as risk-based audit. I hope you are all with me on that. Agreed or disagreed? Yes or no? Sir, the auditor may have to rely on the work of other auditors. The auditor may have to rely on the work of other auditors. Sir, if this happens, there is a principle-based approach to this. There is a principle-based approach to this. And remember, audit procedures must be as per scale and size of organization. Please try to understand one thing. Understanding of the entity under audit plus its environment will help determine the nature, the timing, and the extent of audit procedure. What will it help to do? It will help with the N, with the T, and the E of the audit procedure. किस किस्म के प्रोसीजर, कितना टाइम लगेगा और कितना परसेंटेज सैंपलिंग करना है. What is this? This is the heart of an audit. This is called audit planning, right? With this, your majority concepts relating to SOX have been successfully discussed in this first small part of your MCQ lecture. What have we done? We have discussed all your concepts relating to what? We have discussed all your concepts relating to SOX in this first small part of your MCQ lecture. Please try to understand, my dear students. This was only your concept number 1, which was what? Which was SOX. Sir, what is going to be concept number 2 after a 5 minutes break? Sir, in our second bit, we are going to look at, sir, concept number 2, audit committee. We are going to look at audit committee. But what we are going to do with respect to audit committee is going to be slightly different. Now we are going to jump into our questions. And what we will do is, we will then go concept wise. What will we do? We will go concept wise. So we take a 5-minute break and we get back. All right, guys. So we are now going to take a look at all the SOX related questions after, having discussed SOX in the first bit of our discussion. Now let's begin with our discussion on SOX. Please take a look. Kindly tell me if the screen is visible clearly for all online students and live students.
Yes.
Right? Sarbanes-Oxley Act requires that the audit committee establishes a complaint procedure. The procedure should embrace all of the following concepts except, it should embrace all of the following except, मतलब क्या? मतलब the complaint procedure should not do one thing. Means what? Means the complaint procedure should not have one thing in it. Please try to understand. The complaint procedure should embrace all of the following except, मतलब ये एक चीज नहीं होनी चाहिए. It shows that one of the below should not be there. What should not be there? One of the below items should not be there. Now, what should not be there? Let us see. First, receipting and cataloging. Receipting or other cataloging procedures for complaints that surface regarding internal controls. Sir, this should be there. Sir, what happens? Sir, receipting and cataloging should be done. Receipting and cataloging should be done. Next, sir, retention policies that surface regarding questionable accounting practices should be done. Sir, full disclosure of employee name. Disclose. Sir, no. Sir, employee identity. Sir, employee identity plus anonymity. Anonymity means what? उसका नाम महफूज रहना चाहिए. Employee identity and anonymity must be maintained. Sir, this should not be done. Sir, the full disclosure of employee name. Sir, this should not be done. Are you with me on this? Yes or no, my dear students? Please tell me that. Sir, a timely resolution of policies for complaints that surface. Sir, it should be done. Sir, it should be done. So, my dear friends, do we understand what should be done and what should not be done? So, what are we asking? We are saying what should not be done with respect to complaints. What should not be done with respect to complaints. Are you with me on this? Yes or no? Please tell me that. Sir, so we take a screenshot of this and we take it to our MCQ notes and we paste the screenshot over here. And we paste the screenshot over here. So now what will happen? You will read the MCQ PDF, the PDF of notes that we maintained. And this also PDF you will have. So what will you have? You will have MCQ kit of unit number 5 with you. Sir, class notes of all the concepts, MCQ questions, sir, important concepts written in OneNote notebook. All of this will be your notes. And this is the most important stuff that you are going to refer before your exams. And with this, the PDF of that particular chapter. So your handbook for a particular unit is ready for facing the US CMA exams. Understand what you are going to have in the form of material. सर वो मटेरियल तो बुक्स दो. अरे बुक तो बनेगी तुम्हारे साथ तुम्हारे लिए हर एक बैच में उसकी. आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से? बुक लेके क्या करोगे? खाली टेक्स्ट बुक लेके क्या करोगे? उसको बुक रखोगे, थोड़े दिन के बाद उसके अंदर से मकड़ियां निकलने लगेंगी. स्पाइडरमैन निकलेगा उसके अंदर से, बैटमैन निकलेगा उसके अंदर से. यू अंडरस्टैंड? नोट्स रहेंगे, यू आर गोइंग टू मेमोराइज इट. यू गेट व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से? Yes or no? Please tell me that. Yes, Sakshi, the answer is C. The answer is C. Very, very good. Very good. Continue to participate. So what is the answer? Sir, the full disclosure should not be done. Sir, the full disclosure should not be done. Right, sir? Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Sir, let us read the next one carefully. Sir, the next question in socks for us is now going to be question number 22. What is the question? Sir, it's question number 22. Sir, under socks, companies are now required to implement anti-fraud programs and controls that will evaluate on an annual basis as a part of their integrated audit. These anti-fraud programs and controls are a part of SOX, but these programs and controls will be checked under an integrated audit. So what is the first point that I am writing over here? Please pay attention to the first point that I am writing over here. So the first point that we are writing over here is, sir, anti-fraud programs and controls are required. They are required under SOX. These programs and controls will be audited in an integrated audit. They will be audited where? In an integrated audit. Are you with me on this? Yes or no? Please tell me that. Sir, a common component of such an anti-fraud program and controls is the effective design and implementation of code of ethics and conduct. Sir, keyword is what? Keyword is effective design and implementation of code of ethics and conduct. Sir, which one of the following is not a characteristic of operating effectiveness of code of conduct. मतलब three are characteristics of operating effectiveness. One is not a characteristic. So what are there? There are three characteristics are there, and one option is not a characteristic. One option is not a characteristic. Please try to understand that. Sir, the audit committee's involvement and oversight of non-compliance with the company's code of conduct. The existence of a plan to communicate the code of conduct to all or covered employees of the company, to all or what? To all or covered employees of the company. Sir, lack of employee training in company's code of conduct upon hiring and periodically thereafter. Sir, the existence of an appropriate hotline or whistleblowing line to report any violations. To report what? Any violations with the company's code of conduct. With the company's code of conduct. Sir, what is the answer over here? Sir, let us please try to understand. Sir, that companies are required to implement and evaluate. Sir, companies are required to implement and evaluate anti-fraud programs and controls on an annual basis. Sir, yes, we have written that over here. Sir, what are the characteristics of the operating effectiveness? Sir, the existence of a plan to effectively communicate a code of conduct to all the employees. Sir, what are the characteristics of operating effectiveness of a code of conduct? Sir, the first point or the first most important point is, sir, the existence of a plan. The existence of a plan to effectively communicate, a code of conduct to all employees. To whom? To all employees. Sir, what is the meaning of this? Sir, the meaning of this is very, very simple. सर, हमारे कंपनी में ना एक कोड ऑफ कॉन्डक्ट है. सर, हमारे कंपनी में क्या है? एक कोड ऑफ कॉन्डक्ट है. सर, ये कोड ऑफ कॉन्डक्ट हमारे हर एक एम्प्लॉय को मालूम होना चाहिए. ये कोड ऑफ कॉन्डक्ट हमारे हर एक एम्प्लॉय को क्या होना चाहिए? मालूम होना चाहिए. सर, अगर उसे मालूम होगा, दे विल बिहेव अकॉर्डिंगली. व्हाट विल दे डू? सर, दे विल बिहेव अकॉर्डिंगली. सर, पॉइंट नंबर 2. सर, there must be an involvement of audit committee. There must be an involvement of audit committee where, with respect to, sir, non-compliance with code of conduct. सर, अगर कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट के साथ कोई नॉन कंप्लायंस करेगा तो ऑडिट कमिटी क्या हो जाएगी? इन्वॉल्व हो जाएगी. सर, देयर मस्ट बी एन एग्जिस्टेंस ऑफ अ प्लान टू कम्युनिकेट द कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट to all employees of the company. Sir, yes, this is a characteristic. Sir, yes, this is a characteristic. Sir, the audit committee must get involved with the non-compliance. They must have an oversight. They must keep an eye. Yes, this is a characteristic. Yes, this is a characteristic. Sir, see how we are eliminating the options. Sir, आपको क्या लगा? US CMA में आप बच्चन साहब के सामने बैठ के कौन बनेगा करोड़पति खेल रहे हो? जनता का पोल लोगे, एक्सपर्ट बोल के मेरे को फोन करोगे बाथरूम में जाके. Is this how it's going to be? Sir, there has to be a mutual elimination of all the points, which are not essential, Sir, we are looking for what? Which is not a code. Matlab we are looking for? We are looking for that one option which is not a characteristic. Sir, A is a characteristic, B is a characteristic. Sir, there is a lack of employee training Sir, there is a lack of employee training in the company's code of conduct upon hiring and periodically thereafter. सर इसका मतलब जरा हमें डेप्थ में समझाइए. समझा तो ऑप्शन डी लिख लो. Sir, there should be an appropriate hotline for whistleblowers to report any violations in the company's code of conduct. Yes, there should be. Yes, this is a characteristic. Sir, this is common sense. Sir, अगर कोई नॉन कंप्लायंस करेगा, sir, the employee can report it, can complain about it, can automatically blow the whistle on the same. Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me that. Sir, agreed. Sir, lack of employee training in the company's code of conduct upon hiring. Sir, this has got nothing to do with the effectiveness of code of conduct. So obviously there will be a lack of employee training in the company's code of conduct upon hiring. He doesn't know your code of conduct. He doesn't know your conduct. So how can you expect him to know the code of conduct? So how can you expect him to know the code of conduct? So आज तो कंपनी ज्वाइन की है, will he know the code of conduct? अरे आज ज्वाइन किया है, अब उसके हाथ में एम्प्लॉय हैंडबुक रखोगे, वो पढ़ेगा, उसको एचआर ट्रेनिंग देगा. He will join today, the HR will give him the handbook, the HR will train him, then he'll come to know. No? So how is this a characteristic? So how is this point a characteristic? This is not a characteristic. Sir, please try to understand. Sir, please try to understand that this particular point is not a characteristic. Sir, why it is not a characteristic? Sir, how you can expect that poor fellow? How you can expect that poor fellow to know just on the first day of joining? Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me that. I hope you're all with me on that. I hope you're all with me on that. So yes, Sakshi, 2 out of 2. Your answers are correct. There arises no doubt about it. Very happy to see your participation. Very good. So let's take a screenshot of this. Let's take a screenshot of this. Put it here. Right? So pasted. Let's go back. Let's go back. So 2 MCQs done. So 2 MCQs here done. Next, we go to question number 23. So let's look at question number 23. So what does question number 23 say? Sir, Sarbanes-Oxley Act has multiple sections that outline the management's responsibility regarding internal controls and external reporting. Sir, yes, they do. Sir, required education for chief financial officers? No, sir. Sir, long-term strategic planning? Sir, purchase of securities? No, sir. Sir, SOX has multiple sections that outline the management's responsibility regarding what? Sir, internal controls and external reporting. Sir, we have specifically written a note with respect to this MCQ. Sir, the answer for this is option number A. Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me that. Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me that. I hope you are all with me on this. Yes. Very simple MCQ. But sir, it's simple after we have written our notes. Makes life simple. I hope everybody agrees with that. Yes. Sir, now let's go to question number 27. So now let's go to question number 27. Question number 11 is tick marked. 3 questions done. So now we are going to question number 27. Let's pay attention. Sir, they are asking us about section 404 of SOX. Let's pay attention to question 400 and section 404. Sir, SOX 2002 increased management's responsibility for accurate financial reporting. Yes, SOX में वो increase हुआ है. Which of the following is, sir, not a requirement of section 404? Which of the following is not a requirement of section 404? Sir, to document the management's responsibility for establishment of adequate internal control policies. Sir, this is a requirement. Yes, required. Sir, so over here, obviously 3 will be required and 1 will be not required. And what is not required is your answer. Agreed or disagreed? Agreed. Sir, document the management's assessment of the effectiveness of internal control structure and procedure. Yes, it is required. Sir, documents management's responsibility to refuse to accept contracts or business through the payment of bribes. So document the management's responsibility for maintaining. Sir, yes, it is required. Sir, ये तो कुछ नहीं था. Sir, payment of bribes etc. is in FCPA. What has that got to do with SOX? Sir, it is not required. Sir, it is not required. So what is your answer over here, ladies and gentlemen? Option number C. What is your answer? Option number C. Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me that. Yes or no? Agreed, guys? Come on, students. Online students, kindly unmute. Online students, tell me whether or not you are understanding the MCQs. Online students, tell me what your status is on the MCQs. Online students, I will not take the lecture ahead. Online students, hello,
Sir.
hello, unmute करके बोलो.
Understand.
Yes, sir.
Understanding, Mufassil, you are understanding?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Anas, understanding? Yes, sir. Response आया. Aryan understanding? Yes, sir. Mehdi Ansari understanding? Yes, sir. Very good. Sakshi having fun? I hope so.
Yes, sir.
I hope so.
Yes.
आंसर सही आता है तो सबको मजा आता है. बराबर है ना? सर ये जबरदस्त है. सर ये जबरदस्त है. सर प्रोविजंस ऑफ सॉक्स. सर आपका दिमाग मानना पड़ेगा. आपने पहले कुछ सारा एमसीक्यू सॉल्व किया, बाद में सारा एमसीक्यू का नोट्स बना के हम लोग को रटवाया, हमारा कॉन्फिडेंस बूस्ट किया. अब साला वही एमसीक्यूज हमसे छुड़वा रहे हो, फिर मॉक्स पे हमसे कुछ और एमसीक्यूज छुड़वाओगे, तो बचेगा क्या? कुछ नहीं बचेगा. आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से? द सिलेबस विल बी टोटली ब्रेड पे लगा के खा लेने का यूएससीएम. हाँ, बाथरूम नहीं जाने का. पर उसके बाद नाउ प्लीज पे अटेंशन. नाउ प्लीज पे अटेंशन. नाउ फोकस. नाउ फोकस. क्वेश्चन नंबर 24. सर विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग आर प्रोविजंस ऑफ सॉक्स? मतलब प्रोविजंस कौन से है? प्रोविजंस कौन से है? इसको थोड़ा स्क्रॉल करते हैं. इसको थोड़ा स्क्रॉल करते हैं. क्यों के लिए? अपने को सारे ऑप्शंस यहाँ पे लेने हैं. So we will have to just zoom out for this particular question. So which of the following are provisions of SOX? I have not selected this. I have not selected this. So let us see. The board of directors of the issuer must appoint an audit committee. Yes. Sir, matlab one is a provision. Sir, the management must certify the financial statements. I don't know. The management must provide a written report on the effectiveness of internal control procedures within 90 days of the publication of the annual report. Yes. Sir, a public accounting firm may not audit the books of an issuer of public securities if any officer or director was employed by the public accounting firm and participated in any activity of the issuer within 1 year. Yes. Of the issuer within 1 year. Yes. Sir, let us make a qualitative change. Sir, let us make a qualitative change in our notes. Sir, please see our notes. Sir, we have given the example, if I'm not mistaken, of Meet and Apple company. Sir, let us put dates on Meet and Apple company in our notes. Students, can you see the notebook? Online students, quickly confirm. Sakshi, quickly confirm.
No, sir.
You can't see the notebook?
No.
Tell me now, can you see the notebook? Sakshi, can you see the
Yes.
notebook? Other
Yes.
students, online students, I hope you can see the notebook. Now, please pay attention. Sir, what are they saying? Meet is the director of Apple company. He resigns and joins Con Resnick as a practicing CPA. Sir, date of resignation. Sir, date of resignation. Sir, 15th June 2015. What is the date of resignation? 15th June 2015. Sir, Meet cannot audit up to 15th June 2016. Sir, restriction on employment as auditor, restriction on appointment as auditor is for 1 year. Is for 1 year. Are you all with me on that? Yes or no? Please tell me. Is for what period? Is for a period of 1 year. Now let us go back to our MCQs. Let us go back to our MCQs. What is the question number we are looking at? We are looking at question number 24. We are looking at question number 24. Sir, what is it there in question number 24? Which of the following are the provisions of SOX? Sir, number one, the board of directors. Sorry. So sorry. I want this ribbon to be down. Wait. Sir, the board of directors. Sir, the board of directors of the issuer must appoint an audit committee. Yes, sir, they must. The management must certify the financial statements. Yes, in the management's report. Sir, the management must provide a written report. Yes, sir, ये लिख के पक गए. And finally, ये भी होना चाहिए, sir. Sir, so all four are needed. Are provisions under SOX. Sir, refer notebook of SOX provisions. Sir, refer notebook of SOX provisions. I believe that much should be more than enough as far as we are concerned, right? And we should be able to do it properly. So now let us go and put this in our MCQ notes section over here. So pasted. Now let us go to the next section. Now question number 24. Next, we are looking at question number 25. We are looking at question number 25 in SOX. Sir, according to Sarbanes-Oxley Act, according to what? Sarbanes-Oxley Act, the assertions on the financial reports made by CEO and CFO. अरे sir, क्या बात कर रहे हो? Assertions of CEO and CFO. We have written this some time ago. Yes, sir. What happened? Zoom करूं, छोटा दिख रहा है. Just a second. एक सेकंड, एक ही सेकंड. Better? Now, let's pay attention. Sir, according to Sarbanes-Oxley Act, the assertion on the financial reports that the CEO and CFO must make regarding internal control include all of the following except, meaning three are assertions, one is not an assertion. Three are assertions, one is not an assertion. Sir, the assurance that the controls were set up to ensure that material information is available. Yes. Conclusions as to the effectiveness of controls as per their evaluations. Yes. Controls have been evaluated for effectiveness within 90 days prior to report issuance. Yes. Sir, an identified internal control weakness will be rectified within 60 days after the report is issued. Sir, no. Sir, this is not a part of SOX. Sir, this is not a part of SOX. When it comes to days, remember that controls have been evaluated for effectiveness. How many days prior? 90 days prior. This is not a part of SOX. Sir, we are asking include all of the following except matlab answer is not an assertion. Answer is not an assertion. So therefore, what is your answer? Your answer is option number D. Your answer is option number D. Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me right. Yes or no. Sir, so let's take a screenshot of this particular one and let's place it over here. Sir, we are done with question number, which one? 25. Sir, now let's go for the next question on SOX. That is question number 26. So let's look at question number 26. So far in our overall scheme of MCQs, there are how many? 56. These ones that you can see in the green. In green are SOX. What are SOX? Green are SOX. So now please see. According to PCAOB standards, which of the following does not represent an example of management bias? Now this is PCAOB. We will not discuss this with SOX. We will discuss this under PCAOB specifically. Now what we'll do, we will jump to other stuff. PCAOB, this question will be discussed in today's session only. Don't worry, don't get scared. But a little later, so that I can talk to you about something known as management bias. We can write a note on management bias. What is the meaning of management bias? We can discuss it and then we'll go ahead. Agreed or disagreed? Yes or no? Please tell me that. Yes. So, my dear students, sir, now we will make notes of concept number 2. Sir, we will make notes of concept number 2. Sir, आप बोल रहे थे audit committee, लेकिन एक काम करते हैं. We will make notes of board of directors to begin with. We'll go in an order. Sir, so when it comes to board of directors, one of the most important questions, concept number 2, right? Concept number 2, point number 1. Concept number 2, point number 1. What is it? Sir, responsibility of board of directors. The responsibility of board of directors. Sir, number 1, the board of directors are elected by shareholders. Board of directors are elected by the shareholders. Sir, they have a fiduciary. They have a fiduciary responsibility. They have a fiduciary responsibility to act in the benefit of the shareholders. So what kind of responsibility are we looking at? Sir, we are looking at a fiduciary responsibility that the board of directors have to act as per the benefit of the shareholders. Sir, they will act in the benefit of whom? Of the shareholders. Will they act in the benefit of the company? No. Will they act in the benefit of the promoters? No. Will they act in the benefit of the directors? No. Will they act in the benefit of some debenture holders? No. Whose benefit they will act in? In the benefit of the shareholders. Sir, they are the highest governing authority. They are the highest governing authority and they are responsible for overseeing the organization's activities. Sir, BOD are responsible for overseeing the organization's activities. Sir, please remember overseeing. Sir, they will keep an eye. Sir, organizations' day-to-day activities are carried out by the officers of the company. Are carried out by whom? Are carried out by the officers of the company. Sir, the officers of the company are appointed by the board of directors. Sir, here one point is clear. BOD oversee activities. BOD do not carry on the activities. Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me. Sir, BOD oversee the activities. Sir, BOD do not carry on the activities. Sir, who carries on the activities of the company? Sir, the officers carry on the activities of the company. Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me that. Yes or no? Sir, the board of directors will meet. Sir, they will meet periodically. Sir, when will they meet? Sir, they will meet periodically and they vote on the strategic decisions of the entity. What do they do? Sir, they vote on the strategic decisions of the entity. Sir, this vote is known as board's resolution. This vote is known as what? It is known as board's resolution. Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me that. Sir, point number 4. Sir, point number 4. Sir, they oversee the accurate financial reporting and disclosure. What do they do? Sir, they oversee the accurate financial reporting and disclosure. सर ये नजर रखते हैं कंपनी के फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स ऑफिसर्स बराबर बना रहे हैं कि नहीं बना रहे हैं उस पर. आर यू विथ मी ऑन दैट? यस और नो? सर, मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, सर दे adopt, sir they can amend, sir they can repeal. What? Sir, the bylaws. Sir, what? The bylaws of the organization. The what? Sir, the bylaws of the organization. See here, sir. In the order of hierarchy, what is most important? Sir, articles of association are important. Sir, after that, what will come? Sir, after that, the bylaws will come. After that, the internal controls come. Sir, the internal controls are also known as policies and procedures. What are they known as? Sir, they are known as policies and procedures. Please try to understand this particular aspect. Please try to understand this particular aspect over here. So, sir, let's put this down. Sir, in order of importance, sir, in order of importance, sir, what is most important? Sir, number one, articles of association are important. What is important? Sir, after articles of association, what will come? Sir, bylaws will come. Sir, after that, what will come? Sir, after that, there will be the policies and the procedures. What will be there? The policies and the procedures. Sir, these are nothing but the internal controls. Sir, what is this? Sir, these are nothing but the internal controls. Please understand this particular concept. Agreed or disagreed? Sir, point number 6 that the board of directors will do is that they will declare dividends. What will they do? Sir, they will declare dividends. Board of directors are the one that declare the dividends. Please keep that much in mind. Sir, they will determine, sir, they will determine compensation, that is salary for the various officers of the company. Sir, what will they do? Sir, they will determine compensation, that is, sir, the salary of the employees, that is officers of the company. What will they do? They will determine the compensation, that is the salary of the officers of the company. Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me that. Agreed or disagreed, my dear students? Yes. Who will decide this? Sir, board of directors will decide this. Okay. Let's go to the next point. Sir, what will they do? Sir, they can initiate. Sir, they can initiate any fundamental change. What will they do? They will initiate any fundamental change to the companies, to the what? To the company's structure. What will they do? Sir, they will initiate any fundamental change to the company structure. Next, please try to understand that the elected officers will then recruit further. So you don't really need to have this point, but okay, will then recruit further. Matlab, director will appoint a manager. Manager will then recruit an intern, associate, assistant, etc. Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me that. Sir, what was this first point that we wrote? This big, huge point that we wrote? Sir, it was responsibility of board of directors. Concept number 1, responsibility of board of directors. Sir, quickly summarize. Sir, board of directors are elected by shareholders. Sir, they have a fiduciary responsibility to act in the benefit of the shareholders. Sir, they are responsible for overseeing the organization's activities. Sir, day-to-day activities are carried out by the officers of the company. They are appointed by the board of directors. Board of directors oversee the activities. Board of directors do not carry on the activities. Sir, they meet personally and they vote on the strategic decisions of the entity. These votes are known as vote resolutions. Sir, they oversee the accurate financial reporting. Sir, they adopt, amend, and repeal the bylaws. Sir, what is the order of importance of these items? Sir, it is articles of incorporation, that is articles of association, bylaws and policies and procedures. So the board of directors will declare the dividends. So they determine the compensation, that is the salary of the officers. So they initiate fundamental changes to the structure of the company and they elect officers who will then recruit further. Sir, what was this? Sir, this was the responsibilities. Sir, what was this? Sir, this was the responsibilities of the board of directors. Sir, very, very important point. Sir, very, very important point now. Sir, what are the responsibilities of the management? What are the responsibilities of the management? Sir, please try to understand. Please try to understand. What are we looking at next? Sir, now please try to understand one thing over here. Sir, this is the organizational structure of a company. What is this? This is the organizational structure of the company. Sir, this is the top level of the management. Sir, this is where what you can see here. So this is those charged with governance. Sir, they are non-executive directors of the company. So, matlab, what are they? They are also known as the independent directors. Sir, this is the top level of the company. So, who is this? So, this is the top level of the company. So, this is also known as the top management or also referred to as the management. Sir, this is the middle level. And sir, this is the lower level. This is the lower level. Please keep this much in mind. Sir, remember that in top management, you will have board of directors as well as officers. But sir, in TCWG, you will have only board members. What will you have? Sir, you will have only BOD, no officers over here. You have to keep this point in mind. You have to keep this point in mind. Sir, in TCWG, what will happen? Sir, only board of directors, no officers. Sir, in top management, you can have board of directors as well as officers. Sir, middle level are officers and below. Sir, middle level are officers and below. And these are obviously the below wale log. Below and below. Sir, I'm writing over here below and below. Sir, because you need to understand that these are levels. These are levels in an organization. These are levels in a company. I hope this is clearly visible and it is clearly understandable for all. So here we are talking about responsibilities. So what are we talking about? Sir, we are talking about the responsibilities of the top management. Please understand. The responsibilities of top management. Sir, what are we looking at in this second concept? Sir, in this second concept, we are looking at responsibilities of the top management. Sir, the first responsibility of the top management, we'll write it one below the other. We'll write it one below the other and we will write it in BJP color. We will write it in BJP color. Please pay attention. Sir, first responsibility. Sir, they will aid in the choice of accounting methods and policies. So the top management will choose the accounting policies. What will the middle and lower management do? They will execute the accounting policies. So what will the top management do? Sir, the top will aid in this. And sir, what will the middle do? Sir, the middle plus lower, what will they do? Sir, they will execute these accounting policies. Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me. What will the middle and the lower level do? They will execute. What will the top do? Sir, they will aid you in choosing. Means they will help you basically decide what the accounting policies are supposed to be. Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me that. Sir, second. Sir, they will enhance the internal control. They will enhance the internal control by helping to improve communication. By doing what? By helping to improve communication. Sir, helping to improve communication between whom? Sir, helping to improve communication between the board of directors and management. Between whom? The board of directors and the management. Sir, next, they will aid to improve the communication between board of directors, management, and the auditors. And whom? And the auditors. सर सबके बीच में कम्युनिकेशन को इस्टेब्लिश किया जाएगा. सर कौन करेगा? सर ये करके कौन देगा? ये करके देगा आपको मैनेजमेंट. कौन करके देगा? सर मैनेजमेंट करके देगा. प्लीज ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस. सर व्हाट विल दे डू? Sir, they will document internal control procedures. What will the management do? They will document internal control procedures. Sir, next, they will sign quarterly financial reports. Sir, what will they do? Sir, they will sign quarterly financial reports. Sir, what will they do? Sir, they will review the auditor's suggestions regarding improvement in what? Sir, internal controls. Regarding improvement in what? Internal controls. Sir, the next point. Sir, the next point, most important point. Sir, they will not appoint auditor. Sir, who will appoint the auditor? Only and only audit committee. Who will appoint the auditor? Sir, only and only the audit committee. Only and only the audit committee will appoint the auditor. You have probably come across this in your first lecture. Basic lecture के बाद जो lecture है board of directors वाला, उसमें I believe this has been discussed, because lecture number 3 and lecture number 4 were dedicated to external audit and integrated audit. They were dedicated to external audit and integrated audit. So your lecture number 2, which was your basics के बाद का जो lecture है, it was all about audit committee, board of directors, management. So all these things have been discussed over there. And lecture number 7, or probably you can look at it as whatever your choosing of serial number is. That was what? That was your SOX and FCP. That was your SOX and FCP. So we have completed SOX. Now we are almost on the verge of completing what? Board of directors. Almost on the verge of completing board of directors. Sir, next. Sir, next. With respect to board of directors, we have one very important chart that we have to draw, and that is the last concept of board of directors. That is our last concept of board of directors. If we do this much, our board of directors as a concept is going to be thoroughly ready. Let us pay attention to board of directors. Sir, board of directors is, sir, what happens? So the main question is, sir, will any member of board of directors be held responsible for losses or damages to the company? That's the question. Sir, that's your third concept in board of directors. Sir, look please, in board of directors, your first concept was what? Responsibility of board. Sir, your second concept was what? Sir, your second concept was responsibility of top management. Agreed? Sir, your third concept is what? This is your third concept. Sir, will any members of the board of directors, will they be held responsible for losses or damages to the company? Will they be held responsible? So now what we are looking at is, we are looking at liabilities to the corporation for acts performed or decisions made. So please try to understand. Sir, in good faith, मतलब intention अच्छा है. Sir, intention अच्छा है. Sir, if the director believes that an act has been carried out in a manner to be in the best interests of the organization. Sir, please tell me, do you understand the meaning of this? So if the director believes that an act has been carried out in a manner that it will be in the best interest of the organization, and it has been, this act is done, and this act is done with the care and prudence of an ordinarily person, with this done with care and prudence. Is done with what? Is done with care and prudence. Prudence मतलब एक किफायती तरीके से. Is done in a good way, in a economically friendly way. In this case, BOD will not be liable for the damages. The BOD will not be liable for the damages. We will discuss this with an example also, don't worry. So suppose there is an act in bad faith, or there is an omission. In simple terms, it is known as carelessness. Sir, example, goods of the company are subject to destruction by fire. Are subject to what? Destruction by fire. And board of director forgets to take a fire insurance policy. Sir, what is this on the part of the board of directors? Sir, this is an example of omission. What is this an example of? Sir, it is a carelessness. Sir, example number 1. Sir, example number 2. Sir, board of directors hires people without background checks. Sir, third, for example, I can give you one more example. A company that cargoes its goods does not take marine or cargo insurance. So what are all these? This is nothing but stupidity, sir. Omission है. सर ऐसे केस में बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स को पकड़ो, उल्टा लटकाओ, लाल मिर्ची को जलाओ, उधर धुआं करो लाल मिर्ची का, उसकी तशरीफ पे सट्टा सट पट्टा मारो और उसको लाल मिर्ची का धुआं ना सूंघाओ, क्योंकि उसके केयरलेसनेस की वजह से कंपनी का नुकसान होगा और शेयर होल्डर का पैसा डूब जाएगा. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? Yes or no, please tell me. Sir, this completes more or less quite a few of our concepts of board of directors. Now, sir, we will face all the questions of what? Of board of directors. Then we will come and we will make a list of questions for what? Most important concept, audit committee. Of what? Audit committee. Sir, now let's jump into board of directors related questions. Right, guys? Let me just once check the printable version of this. I don't want this to break in the print. These are fantastic notes. There arises no doubt. And these notes have to be used by you for the purposes of your preparation. Right? Okay, guys. I would request that you give me the list of questions that I shared. What is the first one? Let's go to question number 12. Which question are we on? Sir, question number 12. Sir, which of the following best describes the responsibility of the board of directors of the company. Of what? Of the company. Please, sir, pay attention. Sir, the board is responsible for operating the company in the best interest of the shareholders, but the board members cannot be held to this responsibility in the court. Sir, first of all, understand there are two statements over here. Sir, there are two statements over here. Sir, the statement number one is for best interest. What is it for? Sir, please remember the best interest is always going to be of what? Shareholders. Sir, so first of all, read all the statements for best interest. Sir, first statement is best interest of stockholder or shareholder. Correct statement. Sir, board of directors best interest of stockholder. Sir, board of directors operating for best interest of management. Wrong statement. Sir, there is no responsibility with respect to company's operations, but is responsible for the presentation of fair financial statements. Sir, I am not able to digest. I am not able to digest. Sir, next. Sir, so this also statement does not make sense. Sir, it has no responsibility with respect to company's operations. Sir, how it has no responsibility with respect to company's operations? Sir, it has to oversee the company's operations which are carried out by whom? By officers. Which are carried out by whom? By the officers. Agreed or disagreed? समझ रहा है कि नहीं समझ रहा? डिप्रेशन में जा रहा है, मजा आ रहा है, तो ऐसे उसको देख रहा है जैसे एक लड़की को देखा तो ऐसा लगा जैसे, थोड़ी यार पटने वाली नहीं है. That's how he's looking at the question. मतलब 1942 लव स्टोरी के अनिल कपूर से सडनली वो देवदास का शाहरुख खान बन रहा है. मतलब पारो तो गई यार. पारो नहीं, कौन थी वो? पारो थी ना, चंद्रमुखी माधुरी दीक्षित थी, सॉरी यार, पारो तो गई यार, पारो तो नहीं पढ़ पाई. सही बात, बराबर है, देवदास ही बन लेते भाई. थोड़ा ऐसा डिप्रेशन में देख रहा है तू ऐसा, टाइटैनिक तो डूबेगी देख भाई. हाँ, हो गया. सर, सो बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स नो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, so this statement is also wrong. So this statement is also wrong. Sir, now board of directors are responsible for operating the company in the best interest of the shareholders, and the board members may be held liable. Yes, they may be held liable for acts of omission plus bad faith. Sir, cannot be held responsible is a wrong statement. Sir, cannot be held responsible is a wrong statement for acts of bad faith, omission. They will be held responsible for acts of good faith. For what? For acts of good faith. They cannot be held responsible. I hope I'm making myself clear. Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me that. Agreed? Fantastic. So let's take a screenshot of this, guys, and let us place this screenshot in our concept notes. Right? Now, question number 12. Guys, next question. Next question on MCQs, please. Sorry. So what is the answer? Which of the following best describes? Sir, the answer is B. Sir, the answer is B. Right? A, C, and D are wrong statements. Next question, please. Sir, question number 12 is over. Now we go to question number 16. Sir, let's pay attention to question number 16. Sir, which of the following is least likely to be a responsibility of the board of directors? Sir, least likely means 3 are responsibilities. 3 are responsibilities of board of directors, and 1 is not a responsibility of board of directors. So what is not the responsibility of board of directors is our answer. So determining the policies and procedures related to the day-to-day operations. Sir, declaring dividends. Yes. Sir, initiating fundamental changes to the operational structure. Yes. Sir, electing officers. Yes. Sir, no. Sir, determining the policies and procedures regarding to day-to-day operations. Sir, please try to understand. Sir, day-to-day operations is done by whom? Sir, is done by officers. What will BOD do? BOD will oversee. What will BOD do? BOD will oversee the day-to-day operations. Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me that. Sir, therefore, in this question, our answer is option number A. I hope you are all with me on that. Agreed or disagreed? Agreed, sir. Able to understand? Any doubts? Online students? Online students, please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Any questions? Any doubts? Any
No, sir.
questions? Any doubts? Okay. Next question, please. Next is question number 17. Sir, which of the following is true regarding the board of directors? So the board of directors must act in the best interest of the shareholders. Sir, yes, this is true. The board of directors must act in the best interest of the employees. Sir, no. Board of directors must act, no. Sir, board of directors must establish an audit committee to oversee all internal controls. No. The board of directors don't establish an audit committee to oversee all internal controls. So there are fundamentally many other things that the audit committee does. And the board of directors don't essentially establish the audit committee. The audit committee is formed by independent members of the board of directors. So what is the process? So, sir, the company will appoint independent directors. What will the company do? The company will appoint independent directors, also known as non-executive directors. Sir, once appointed, sir, these non-executive directors will form an audit committee, amongst themselves. What will they do? They will form an audit committee amongst themselves. Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me that. Therefore, the board of directors must establish an audit committee is wrong. Now, the board of directors of a private or an unlisted company are not needed to have an audit committee. Please take that much into consideration. Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me that. They are not required to have that. They are not needed to do the same. I hope you are all with me on this. Agreed or disagreed? Yes or no? Yes. Sakshi, I hope you're understanding. Sakshi, I hope you're understanding. Mufassil,
Yes,
Anas, I
sir.
hope you're understanding. Yes or no? Please tell me that. Yes or no? Please
Yes,
tell
sir.
me that. Sir, so now let's erase this. Sir, now let's erase this. Sir, so what is this? Which of the following is true? Sir, the board of directors must act in the best interest of the shareholders. Next question of board of directors, number 18. Question number 18. Oh, चलो, which of the following are responsibilities of the management? अभी तो चटवा दिया था पूरा. Sir, aid in the choice of accounting methods and policies. Yes, sir, it is. Sir, document internal control procedures. Sir, sign quarterly financial statement. Sir, yes. Sir, choose the auditor and approve. Sir, no. Sir, this is the responsibility of audit. Review the auditor's suggestions for improved internal controls. Yes, sir, they will do that. Yes, sir, they will do that. So what is the answer? 1, 2, 3, and 5. Sir, 1, 2, 3, and 5 only. So what is the answer? Sir, 1, 2, 3, and 5 only. That is the answer. So So all other answers are rubbish. All other answers are rubbish. Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me that. Yes or no? Yes. Sir, let's go to the next point. Sir, let's go to the next point. Sir, what is the next question list, please? Sir, board of directors as a concept is completed. Sir, board of directors as a concept is completed. Let's take a 5 minutes break. So now we are recording and we are now taking into consideration the next concept of our notes. So let's quickly just discuss. We started with SOX, concept one. Concept number two that we had was board of directors. Over here you can see we started with concept number two, board of directors. Now concept number three that we are going to go towards. Concept number three that we are going to go towards. Concept three. This concept is audit committee. This concept is audit committee. Now, in the section of board of directors, you all have understood how the audit committee per se is created. That a company is supposed to appoint independent directors then amongst themselves will form an audit committee is something that we have read. Please shut the door now. That affects the AC. Shut it, block it with the chair. Now please try to understand where I am coming from. See, I would like to first pay heed or give reference to the applicable law that is there. So the law was formulated by the SEC, the Security and Exchange Commission. They put together the Public Company Accounting Oversight Board. The Public Company Accounting Oversight Board. Agreed or disagreed? Under this, an auditor has to be, registered, and the auditor will perform the audit of what? The audit of a company. Now, this company will have what? This company will have an audit committee. And the auditor here, now this audit company will do what? This audit company will appoint this auditor. I'm so sorry. This audit company here, what will they do? They will appoint the auditor. And this auditor in turn will report to who? He will report to audit committee only. He will report to audit committee only. He will not report to management. He will not report to board of directors. He will not report to them. He will communicate with them. He will discuss matters with them, but he is not answerable to them. Please try to understand this basic and most important concept. Let us begin. Let us begin. First concept was, this was, I will say, basic. I will call this basic. Now, point number one. Point number one, or concept number one in audit committee is financial expert of audit committee. What is the point about? It is about the financial expert of the audit committee. Now, please try to understand one thing. The audit committee needs to have one financial expert. Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me that. It is a must. It is a must. If not there, what will happen? The audit committee will disclose the same. What will the audit committee do? The audit committee will disclose the same along with reasons. Along with what? Along with reasons. Please try to understand. Now, point number one. The audit committee and its financial expert provide an oversight of the annual audit. What is the meaning of this? The audit committee, along with its financial expert, they keep an eye. What do they do? They keep an eye on what? They keep an eye on the annual audit. I hope you understand this particular aspect. What do they do? They keep an eye on the annual audit. Next, they do not verify. They do not verify the auditor's work. Please try to understand. They do not verify the auditor's work. Point number three. Point number three. The financial, uh, uh, what would I say? Sophistication of the auditor's expert works as a, what I would say, a resource for the audit committee. Now, what is the meaning of this particular statement? Let's try to understand. The auditor will rely on an expert's opinion in complex audit assignments. For example, you have to audit an oil manufacturer, my God, such as say HPCL or say BPCL or say IOCL, Hindustan Petroleum Corporation, Bharat Petroleum Corporation, Indian Oil Corporation. You have to audit these people. Sir, what do you know about oil? Sir, what do you know about petrol? Nothing. I don't even know what it's made out of. I don't know what it's made out of. I know because I've audited them. But if I was to think about it as a layman, I can't answer this question. A layman knows that petrol is needed, but petrol बनता किसका है? सर हमको नहीं पता, हम नहीं जानते. सर इतना जानते हैं कि सऊदी अरब से आता है. वहां पे बड़े बड़े डायनासोर मरे थे, तो उनकी हड्डियों में से फॉसिल फ्यूल्स बन गए. इतना जानते. Not necessarily. So probably they export it from other countries, they refine it. Their refineries. It's quite possible. There's so many things that go into this. There are so many things that go into this. Suppose you have to audit an oil manufacturer like this. So what will you do? As an auditor, you will rely on the opinion of an expert, of an expert. This expert is not from the company. So what is such an expert called? Such an expert is called the auditor's expert. Such an expert is called what? Auditor's expert. I hope you understand this particular aspect. Yes or no? Yes or no? Now please try to understand. Please try to understand. We are talking about audit committee. The audit committee will take into consideration inputs provided by the auditor's expert. Now, please understand this story over here. I sincerely hope that you don't have to face these kind of MCQs. But why should I hope? I will prepare you and send you for them. Go fight, win your battle. Stupid MCQ, bloody, why are you afraid of it? Now see what happens. you are auditing, let us say, HPCL, Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited. Now, Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited says that our normal loss in manufacturing is 6%. Is you have no idea whether this 6% is good, is bad, or is normal. The auditor has no idea. Auditor has no idea about this particular aspect. So what does the auditor do? The auditor goes to his expert, who is an oil company person. He knows oil companies well, has worked in these oil companies, has got exposure of them, etc. He goes to this expert, and the auditor asks his auditor's expert. The auditor asks the auditor's expert. The auditor's expert says, "No, man, it should be 3%. Okay. Now, what does the auditor do? What does the auditor do? Please pay attention. Auditor says 6% normal loss will result in a loss of, for example, what is this? $10 crore. And a 3% normal loss will result in a loss of $5 crores. What is the difference between the both? Sir, the difference is 5 crores. Now, please try to understand. Please try to understand. The difference is how much? Sir, the difference is 5 crores. Now, if this is material, if this 5 crore is material, this 3% extra loss is equal to lapse in internal control. What will it be? It will be a lapse in internal control. Why? Sir, your internal control should be such that the loss should have stopped at how much? But how much you are going at? Sir. And the difference is also material. Sir, if it is not material, sir, he may ignore. Sir, he may ignore. But it is not recommended. But it is not recommended to ignore. He may ignore. Remember my words. He may ignore, but it is not recommended. If it is not material, he still will report. Report to whom? Report to audit committee. What will you do over here? He will report to audit committee. Now, what will he go and tell the audit committee? He will go and tell the audit committee. Now, the auditor will tell the audit committee. What will he tell the audit committee? That internal control is less. You are at a high control risk because your normal losses are very, very high. Audit committee will say, okay, we respect your opinion, but you are a CPA or a chartered accountant. How do you know about oil manufacturing? Do you have experience? No, I don't, but I have an expert. Auditor will say, I have an expert. Whose expert it is? Auditor's expert. What will the audit committee do? Audit committee will consider the sophistication of such an expert. And then, if the audit committee is convinced that auditor's expert is indeed good, what will the audit committee do? Audit committee will recommend board of directors to improve the internal controls. Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me that. Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me that. I hope you are all with me on this particular aspect. Yes or no, my dear students? Yes or no, my dear students? 100%? Agreed? Are you sure? Now, on the basis of this, I am writing a particular point. I'm writing a particular point. So, or rather, have I written the point here? Let me just check. The audit committee, yes. This is the point that I'm putting down. This is the point that I'm putting down. What is the point that I've put down? That the audit committee will take into consideration inputs provided by the auditor's expert. And for this story was narrated to you. This example, this concept was given to you. Next. The financial expert of the audit committee is not allowed to certify any compliances. So he can't sign on anything. So he can't sign off on anything. He's not allowed to sign off. He's not going to sign off. Please try to understand this particular aspect. Sir, mere presence of audit expert or financial expert, mere presence of financial expert does not shield the audit committee from any liabilities. Does not shield the audit committee from any liabilities. Next. The financial expert is a resource for the audit committee. He's a resource. He's a helpful person. He's a resource person. Right? The presence or absence along with reasons of financial expert to be disclosed in the financial reports of the company. To be disclosed where? To be disclosed in the financial reports of the company. Sir, what was this? Sir, this point was only catering so far to what? The financial expert of the audit committee. Only catering to what? Sir, financial expert of the audit committee. Sir, concept number two. Sir, concept number two. The most important concept in this. Sir, and that concept is the responsibilities of the audit committee. So there will be multiple questions that can be asked in this unit on this particular topic, on this particular subject matter. So, sir, let us be careful. Sir, responsibilities of audit committee. Sir, number one, they can aid in the choice of the accounting methods and policies. Sir, please try to understand. Sir, this is same role is also performed by board of directors. So the same role is also performed by whom? Is also performed by the board of directors. Be very careful about this statement. Sir, therefore, I am making a rather interesting remark. Sir, therefore, point number one. Sir, choice of accounting methods and policies can be collectively worked on by board of directors plus audit committee, and they will take inputs on the sufficiency or accuracy of the same from the external auditor. So ये एक indirect point है. So this is an indirect point that comes out of this particular aspect. This is an indirect point that comes out of this aspect. I want you to keep this much in mind. This is an indirect point. It's not necessarily a direct point. It's there, it's good. It's there, it's good. It's not a bad point at all. But sir, it's an indirect point that comes out of it. Sir, aiding in choice of the selection of the accounting methods and the accounting policies. Next, what else? What else does the audit committee do? Sir, the audit committee will help improve communication between the board of directors and the external auditors. They will help improve the communication between whom? The board of directors and the external auditors. Sir, what will happen on account of this? Sir, on account of this, what will happen is, sir, this will enhance or aid internal controls. So what will happen? This will enhance or this will aid internal controls. This happens to be an important aspect. Yes or no? Please tell me that. Audit committee is not required to document. It is not required to document internal control procedures. Sir, please remember, external auditor is required to document it. External auditor is required to document the same. External auditor is required to document the same. Agreed or disagreed, my dear students? Please tell me that. Sir, point number 4. Sir, point number 4. Sir, the audit committee is not required to sign off on any financial statement. Is not required to sign off on any financial statement. You know what is the meaning of this? People who sign off on the financial statements are responsible for its risks. कल को अगर कंपनी में फ्रॉड है और ऑडिटर ने साइन किया, बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स ने साइन किया, जेल कौन जाएगा? वो दोनों. ऑडिट कमेटी को आप कसूरवार नहीं ठहरा सकते क्योंकि उनका साइन ही नहीं है उस पर. ऑडिट कमेटी को आप कसूरवार नहीं ठहरा सकते क्योंकि उसका साइन नहीं है उस पर. अगर साइन होता तो बात अलग होती. अगर साइन होता तो बात अलग होती. प्लीज कीप दैट मच इन माइंड. अगर साइन होता तो बात अलग होती. Please keep that much in mind. I hope you understand this particular aspect. Yes, please put on the fan. I'm afraid it will leak. Yeah. Now, the audit committee is not required to sign off on any financial statements. Next point. Next point. Sir, the next point is that the audit committee will, most important, they will appoint the external auditor. They will appoint the external auditor. and they will decide the remuneration. They will decide what? The remuneration of the external auditor. They will appoint the external auditor and they will decide the remuneration of the external auditor. Please keep that much in mind. Next, sir, they will review the suggestions of the external auditor. They will review the suggestions of the external auditor for enhanced for enhanced internal controls and try to ensure its implementation. वो try करेंगे. They will try to convince the board of directors. Board of directors माने तो ठीक, नहीं माने तो you can't force them. नहीं माने तो you can't force them. They will manage the employee complaints. They will manage the employee complaints on audit and accounts, on audit and accounts, and internal controls. On what? On audit and accounts and internal controls. Plus, they will protect the identity of whistleblowers. What will they do? They will protect the identity of the whistleblowers. Number 8, they have no authority or right or power to direct, to do what? To direct the external auditor, to direct the external auditor on, to direct the external auditor on, just a second, let's finish up. They have no authority, right, or power to direct the external auditor on how to perform the audit. They have no right to do this. That is the auditor's lookout. Only the auditor will do so. Now to perform the audit, comma, how to apply the audit procedures, next, how to assess the risk of material misstatement. They have no authority to say anything with respect to this particular aspect. They can't say anything. They can't say anything. Please keep this much in mind. Now, please try to understand. Please try to understand that this is one of the most important and one of the larger, more bigger points, right? So it is something that you have to take very, very seriously. Now, next question is, or I would say the next concept is the following. This concept is interesting. This concept is known as independence of audit committee. This point is known as independence of audit committee. Please understand this particular point. See, the audit committee members are non-executive directors. Means who are they? They are independent directors. So obviously, who cannot be an independent director, or rather, more than independent director, the question is, who cannot be, just a second, who cannot be appointed on audit committee. What is the question? Who cannot be appointed on audit committee? What is the question? Who cannot be appointed on audit committee? Please consider this. So, who cannot be appointed on audit committee? First of all, CFO of the company cannot be appointed. Second, any officer or employee of the company cannot be appointed. Third, any counselor who gives advice to the company cannot be appointed. So therefore, who can be appointed? Who can be appointed? Only those directors who can prove independence. Who can be appointed? Only those directors who can prove that they are independent, only they can be appointed. Otherwise, you cannot appoint anybody else to the audit committee. Please try to understand. Now, what are the duties of the audit committee? Yes.
1 year वाला concept इसको लगेगा.
It has no relation to this. It has no relation to this. 1 year wala concept. I was an employee. I left the company. I joined an audit firm. Right. I am not asking you whether you can be appointed as an auditor. I am asking you whether you can be appointed on the audit committee. Whether you can be appointed as an auditor, fine. You have to leave. Can you be appointed on the audit committee? Audit committee has got no relation with that. You are looking at it from the auditor's perspective in that 1 year condition. Here you are looking at it from the company's viewpoint. समझ में आ रहा है? That's a different concept. Good doubt, but different concept. Now, I believe this is the fourth concept in audit committee. Yes. Fourth concept is what are the duties of audit committee? What are the duties of audit committee? Sir, the first duty is to oversee the work of the external auditor. The second duty is to interact with the external auditor. Third, sir, oversee work of internal auditor. Now, please try to understand. There is something known as materiality in financial reporting. Now, please try to understand. Materiality in preparation of financial statements is the responsibility of the management plus board of directors. In materiality in preparation of financial statements, audit committee is not involved. Audit committee is, sir, materiality in matters of audit. Sir, auditor's professional judgment. Sir, auditor's professional judgment. over here also, audit committee is not involved. Over here also, audit committee is not involved. Please keep that much in mind. So which was this fifth point? This was the fifth point. Sir, what about the companies? What about the companies that involve internal auditors and external auditors? Please try to understand this fantastic ambit that exists. Sir, the internal auditor can either be an employee of the company. He can either be an or can be an independent service provider. Example, Aneja and Associates. It is a very famous internal audit firm in India, Aneja and Associates. It's pretty famous for the purposes of internal audit. Sir, external auditor. Sir, external auditor is independent. He is an external person. He is an external person. Sir, he is either a CPA or a CPA firm. Sir, please try to understand. Both the internal auditor and the external auditor, both of them report to audit committee. This is how important an audit committee is. Both of them report to whom? They report to the audit committee. I hope you understand this particular concept. Sir, this is concept number 6. Sir, this is concept number 6 in audit committee. What is this, guys? This is concept number 6 in audit committee. Important concept. Sir, important concept. Sir, please remember, with respect to point number 6, now what I am saying. Sir, remember that the audit committee will be, just rewrite this again properly. The audit committee will be an intermediary. Who will the audit committee be? They will be an intermediary between the external auditor and the internal auditor and the management. They are going to be an intermediary. They will help them discuss. So here you have the external auditor. So please try to understand. So why are you making this diagram like this? Pay attention. Here you will have the internal auditor and here you have the management. See the red line that joins them all? That is the audit committee, and I'm writing audit committee in red. So the audit committee represents an intermediary between these 3 entities that exist. This is an important aspect over here for the audit committee. Now please try to understand. Please try to understand that management will never play any role in hire of external auditor. Management will never be an intermediary between internal and external auditors. Management will never be. For an issuer, obviously. Of course, for a private company, it is opposite. Management is always the intermediary because private companies में audit committee होती नहीं. But आप लोग को private company syllabus में है ही नहीं. आप लोग सिर्फ issuers से public company से deal कर. You got to keep that much in mind, right? I hope you understand this particular aspect. Keep one thing in mind. If the internal auditor is an employee of the company, Obviously, if he's an employee of the company, he is appointed by the management or board of directors. He is appointed by the management or the board of directors if he is an employee of the company. If he is an external service provider, then of course he is going to be appointed by the audit committee. Is going to be appointed by the audit committee. Please try to understand. Please try to understand. Now, look at the channel of identification of deficiencies. Now, what was this? This was your sixth concept. Now, look at the seventh concept. Now, see what will happen in this seventh concept. Seventh concept is, see, please understand. What will happen is the auditor will identify the significant deficiencies in internal controls. Please understand. Who will identify the significant deficiencies in internal controls? Of course, it is the external auditor who will identify these significant deficiencies. The external auditor will communicate these deficiencies, hold on, just a second. The external auditor will communicate these deficiencies to the audit committee. What will the external auditor do? He will communicate these deficiencies to the audit committee. Then what will happen? With respect to deficiencies, then what will happen is, with respect to these deficiencies, the audit committee will be an intermediary. Matlab, when the auditor will say that there are some deficiencies, management, you have to take this or that into consideration. Management will argue that there are no deficiencies. You are unnecessarily overreacting. ये तो इतना चलता है, आप क्या बात कर रहे हो? ऐसा थोड़ी ना होता है. The auditor will be an intermediary. इंटरमीडियरी मतलब मध्यस्थ. मध्यस्थी मांडवली करेगा. इन सिंपल टर्म्स सुलह करवाएगा, कॉम्प्रोमाइज करवाएगा, बीच का रास्ता निकालेगा, कंपनी का हित देखेगा. With respect to these deficiencies, the audit committee will be an intermediary between whom? Sir, between the management and the external auditor. Between whom? Between the management and the external auditor. In the process of being an intermediary, in this process, audit committee will try best that identified gaps or lapses in internal control are rectified by the management. Are what? Are rectified by the management. They will depend upon the independent expert's opinion more than anything else. Please try to keep this concept in mind. Who will do that? Sir, obviously the audit committee will do that. Who will do that? Obviously the audit committee is going to do that. Now there are many questions which have got commonalities with audit committee, SOX, PCAOB. But after these general 9-10 concepts, whatever 7-8 concepts we have discussed, how many? 7 concepts we have discussed. We are now ready to face the MCQs of audit committee and appreciate, look at the sheer size of audit committee, board of director audit committee. Like, these are important concepts. We are in the position to go out there and take a look at its MCQs. Let's begin. We have a list of questions, I believe. Kindly tell me the first one. What is the first question on our list? What is the first question on our list? Hold on, guys. The first question on our list is question number 3. Let's read question number 3. Oh, question number 1 क्या बोलता है? Companies articles of incorporation. Okay, we'll come to this. Question number 2. We'll do question number 2. Question number 2 was board of directors. Let's do question number 2. Which accurately represents the legal hierarchy of corporate governance from highest to lowest? Just a second, guys. Just yeah. Now, which accurately represents hierarchy of corporate governance? What are they asking? Articles of incorporation, bylaws, policies, and procedures. So the first rank always goes to articles of incorporation, also known as articles of association. So the second rank goes to bylaws. And the third rank goes to policies and procedures. So what is the answer? The answer is option number D. What is our answer? The answer is option number D. Let's take a screenshot of this and put it into our notes over here. Right? Now. Question number 2 is done. Yes. Let's go for the next question. Question number 3. Which of the following is most accurate about the public company audit committee? The audit committee members cannot serve as member of board of directors. The auditor reports directly to the company CEO and indirectly to the audit company. No, he reports directly. What does the auditor do? He reports directly only to audit committee. Sir, CEO is not involved. Sir, CEO is the audit committee is charged with overseeing the work of external auditor hired by the issuer. Surprising. Resolving disputes between management and external auditor is outside the audit committee scope. No. This is resolving the dispute between the management and the external auditor is resolving the dispute of the management and the external auditor is one of the duties of the audit com. Is one of the duties of the audit com. Yes or no? Please tell me that, guys. I hope you are able to understand this particular aspect. Agreed or disagreed? Agreed or disagreed? Sir, which of the statements is most accurate? So therefore, 3 statements are inaccurate. And 1 statement is, sir, the audit committee members cannot serve as member of board of directors. Wrong. Sir, they are members of board of directors, just that they are independent directors. Just that they are what? They are independent directors. Please keep that much in mind. So the audit committee is charged with overseeing the work of the external auditor. Charged with overseeing the work of the external auditor. Yes. Who's hired by the issuer? Sir, hired by the issuer. Yes. Please try to understand. Issuer pays audit fee to the auditor on the recommendation of audit committee. Sir, who pays the audit fee? Issuer pays the audit fee. So since the issuer pays the audit fee, therefore, it is the issuer who hires. It is the issuer who hires. पैसा किसने दिया है? तो केवल सलाह दे रहे हैं. हम तो केवल सिखा रहे हैं. फीस किसने भरी है? आपने. सीएमए कौन बनेगा? आप. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? I hope this particular statement is very, very clear for you all. Agreed or disagreed? Agreed. Therefore, the answer here is most accurate. The answer here is option number C. So, Important questions nonetheless. Important. Take them quite seriously. Important questions. Take them quite seriously, please. Take them quite seriously, please. Right? Now, let's go to the next one. Question number 3. Next question.
8.
Question number 8. Audit committee would most likely perform all of the duties except. Sir, they will oversee. Matlab, sir, except. Matlab, 3 are duties. One is not a duty. Sir, oversee the work of the external auditor. Yes. Duty. Oversee the work of internal auditor. Yes. Duty. Interact with internal auditor. Oversee. Yes, it is a duty. Sir, interact with regulatory auditor. Yes, it is a duty. Establish materiality based on risk appetite. No. I already clarified that materiality with respect to financial reporting, that is preparation of financial statements. Sir, this is the responsibility of whom? Sir, this is the responsibility of board of directors oblique management who prepare the financial statements. Sir, materiality with respect to audit, it is a matter of auditor's professional judgment. Audit.com is not involved. Audit.com is not involved. I hope you're able to understand what I'm trying to say. Yes or no, please tell me that. Sorry? Materiality. Abhi, have you studied materiality का lecture देखा है? नहीं, so you will not be able to understand this. Not possible for you. Watch the lecture and come. Yes.
लिखा भी रहता है ऐसा कि ऑडिट में रिलेटेड ही है तो भी ऑडिट का भी कुछ वर्क भी है ना
No, you need to structure your doubt in a better way. Audit के related है मतलब क्या है?
अभी
Audit के related to materiality भी है.
हाँ.
Audit के related to materiality भी है. Audit committee is not going to oversee the materiality level. Audit committee is going to oversee the work of the auditor. Please try to understand this. There is a huge difference between both, for which you will have to complete the viewing of all your previous lectures. It will all make sense to you. It will all make sense to you. Don't worry about it. But at the present moment, I would like to believe that a majority of the MCQs you are, able to carry forward. Okay, one second. Question 3, question 8. Yes. Next, this question we have not taken a proper print screen. So here we are. Okay, question 8, question 8. Yeah. This is question 8. No? We were on which question?
8.
We were on question 8, right? So 3, 8. Okay, 8 is done. So ये 2 बार हुआ. Just a second. Huh? Let's erase this from the screen. ये confuse कर रहा है. ये किधर आया? ये 3 हुआ. ये 2 हुआ. 2, 3, 8. बराबर है?
हाँ.
Next.
9.
Question number 9. One second. Question number 9 आपके सामने. Sir, Sarbanes-Oxley Act defines the responsibility of audit committee as all of the following except. मतलब 3 are responsibilities. 1 is not a responsibility. I hope you understand. All of the following except. 3 responsibilities है. 1 responsibility. Compensation of auditor. Yes, it's a responsibility. Appointment. Yes. Resolving disagreements between management and the auditor. Yes. Sir, directing the auditor's application. No. The audit procedures and application of audit principles are the auditor's professional judgment. Here, the audit committee will have no right or power to direct the auditor. Here the audit committee will have no right or power to direct the auditor. So all of the following except sir D. सर हम लोग ने क्वेश्चन नंबर 8 का ऑल्टरनेटिव सिलेक्ट नहीं किया सर, आंसर है डी करेक्ट. सो 2 हो गया, 3 हो गया, 8 हो गया, 9 हो गया. सर 9 का स्क्रीनशॉट हमने नहीं लिया है. सर 9 का स्क्रीनशॉट हम लोग ने नहीं लिया है. जस्ट 1 सेकेंड है गाइस. क्वेश्चन नंबर 9 का स्क्रीनशॉट अभी हम लोग ले रहे हैं और ये हमने क्वेश्चन नंबर 9 का स्क्रीनशॉट लेके यहाँ पे लगा दिया. ये यहाँ पे क्यों रिग्रेस हो रहा है समझ नहीं आ रहा है. तो क्वेश्चन नंबर 8, क्वेश्चन नंबर 9. ओके गाइस, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. ओके, द नेक्स्ट इज क्वेश्चन नंबर 13, 1330. Sir, which of the following statements is true? Which of the following statements is true about the audit committee? So let us. First statement: audit committees which oversee the audit commission function are generally comprised of outside members to enhance the auditor's independence. Okay. So the audit committees are generally comprised of inside members of the board of directors because officers and employees have a more extensive knowledge. Sir, no. Sir, if this happens, sir, there will be no independence if this happens. Sir, next, audit committees are generally comprised of members of management who do not also sit on the board of directors to prevent conflict of interest. Okay. Audit committees are generally comprised of both inside and outside members to facilitate the representation. To facilitate what? The representation of certain alternative viewpoints. I would like to hear the opinion of online students and I would like to hear your opinion because we have literally discussed these concepts or we have discussed these questions. So where are we at? Come on. What would you recommend? What would you recommend be the answer? C. Okay, I've got one student here saying C. Sakshi, are you online? Are you paying attention? Sakshi, are you online paying attention?
Yes.
Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes,
Please
sir.
tell me. What do you think is the answer to this? Sir, the audit committees are generally comprised of members of management. No, they cannot be members of management. Audit committee has to be independent. So audit committee has to be independent. Sir, it cannot be members of management. Sir, audit committees are generally comprised of both inside. Sir, never. Never inside members. Sir, why? They will lack independence. Outside members, yes, they are independent directors, also known as non-executive director, also known as. The answer is 13A. What is the answer? 13A. All right. Next question, please. Oh, wait. We have to take a screenshot. Right. Next question, please. What is the next question we have listed? Question number 14. Let's go to question number 14. What does question number 14 read as? So which of the following is true about the relationship between audit committee, auditor, and the management? Okay. Sir, management serves as an intermediary between internal and external auditors and the audit committee. No. Always remember the audit committee. The audit committee is the intermediary. refer diagram in OneNote. Sir, what OneNote diagram? Please pay attention, everybody. Intermediary wala diagram we have drawn over here, and I think it was a very good use of colors. बाकी सब अपनी जगह पे ठीक होगा. ये कलर बढ़िया खेल गए हमने आप. This diagram that I'm talking about. What does this show? This is the diagram that shows what that audit committee will be in between whom and the management. And the management. I hope you guys understand this. Right? Let's go back over here to our MCQs and let's put it down. Okay. Audit committee is responsible for employment decisions with respect to company management, and management is responsible. Absolutely wrong. Sir, audit committee nahi sir. Sir, board of directors with respect to hiring, and management nahi sir. This is audit committee is responsible. So this is also. Sir, external auditors report to the audit committee and internal auditors report to management. Sir, wrong. Sir, both internal and external auditors report to the audit committee. Obviously अभी बचा क्या ऑप्शन डी है, बट अभी ऑप्शन डी क्यों सही है उसको जस्टिफाई भी करना है. ऑडिट कमिटी सर्व्स एज द इंटरमीडियरी बिटवीन इंटरनल एंड एक्सटर्नल ऑडिटर्स. यस भैया, मेरा रेफर कर लो डायग्राम. उसका कलर कोडिंग बहुत अच्छा है, शायद आपको काम में आए. डायग्राम बहुत अच्छा है, रेफर कर लेना. सर, क्वेश्चन नंबर 14 is now completed. Let's go to the next one.
Next.
So next question is question 15. So question 15. All of the following are the functions of the audit committee except, matlab 3 are functions. One is not a function. You have understood the question clear? So here is the most valuable piece of advice to all of my students doing US CMA. सर, हमने एक बात नोटिस की आपके बारे में. सर, आपका जो अच्छा है वो अच्छा है, तो बुरा है वो बुरा है. और आपने एक अच्छाई है, क्या है? सर, आप क्वेश्चन को बहुत ध्यान से पढ़ते हो. सर, आप हर एक ऑल्टरनेटिव को बहुत ध्यान से पढ़ते हो, क्योंकि आपको कितना आता है ना, मैं उसकी कदर करता हूं, मैं उसकी रिस्पेक्ट करता हूं. लेकिन अगर आपको वो नहीं आता जो एग्जामिनर ने पूछा है, तो एग्जामिनर आपकी रिस्पेक्ट नहीं करेगा. सर, आपको बहुत कुछ आता है, बट आप ऑल्टरनेटिव्स ही पूरे पढ़ते नहीं हो, तो आप उन चालों को, उन साजिशों को, उन ट्रैप्स को पकड़ ही नहीं पाओगे जो आईएमए आपको फेल करने के लिए लगा रहा है. सर, व्हाई यू आर सिलेक्टिंग वन ऑप्शन and why you are not selecting another option? In all the MCQs done so far, was there a single incident of आधा पादा कौन पादा दामा जी का घोड़ा पादा? Was it the scene? No sir. अक्कड़ बक्कड़ बम्बे बो 80 90 पूरे 100. Was that the case? That was not the case. We are logically reasoning with everything. So please understand, we are not doing that. We are not that guy, na. Hi, oe, baddo baddi. I'm a huge fan of that guy. Chahat Fateh Ali Khan. He's one crazy fellow. Chahat Fateh Ali Khan. Right now, guys, please pay attention here. All of the following are functions of the audit committee, except, sir, nominating the public accounting firm to conduct the external audit. Yes, it is a function. Sir, nominating matlab selecting. Selecting the auditor is the function of audit committee. Communicating the auditor regarding major problems. Yes, it is the function. Identifying significant deficiencies in internal controls. No. Sir, this is the role of the external auditor. Discussing scope of the audit with the auditor. Yes. He has to discuss the scope of the audit. The So identifying significant deficiencies in internal control is the role of the external auditor. Sir, once deficiencies are identified, comma, audit committee will try to rectify the same. What will the audit committee do? The audit committee will try to rectify the same. Please keep that much in mind. Please keep that much in mind. Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me that. Sir, so what is your answer? Except मतलब C is your answer. बाकी सारे क्या है उसके ये है क्या कहते हैं उसको functions है क्या है functions. So after question 15 what is the question we are looking at? 14 में हमने सिलेक्ट नहीं किया रिलेशनशिप. तो ऑडिट कमिटी सर्व्स एज एन इंटरमीडियरी. ओके ये सिलेक्ट हुआ ना. ओके अभी कौन सा एक मिनट इसका स्क्रीनशॉट लिया 15 ना 15 का लिया है थी ये रहा 15 ये 15 है 14 15 था ना 15 था. It was not 18. Please don't confuse. Now 18 is solved. 18 is solved. Now we go to 19. Sir, which of the following are responsibilities of the audit committee? Sir, aid in the choice of accounting policies. Yes. Sir, document internal control procedures. No. Sir, sign the quarterly reports. No. Sir, choose the auditor and approve compensation. Yes. Sir, review the auditor suggestions. Yes. Sir, point 1, point 4 and point 5. Sir, 1, 4 and 5. Hold on. 1, 4 and 5. देखा सर ने आप बोल रहे हो ऑप्शन नहीं है. अरे ऐसा हो ही नहीं सर ऐसा हो ही नहीं सर. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग आर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज यहाँ पे करता हूँ and the answer over here I'm writing is option D 1 4 and 5. क्योंकि जो सही जवाब है वो सही जवाब है ना. आपने ऑप्शन नंबर डी देखा कहाँ? नो नो यस यस. व्हाट इज द आंसर? आंसर इज ऑप्शन नंबर डी. एंड प्लीज नोट माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स ये जो सारे पॉइंट्स है ना आपके ये आपके उस वन नोट की नोट में बहुत अच्छे से कवर्ड है. बहुत अच्छे से कवर्ड है वन नोट में. फालतू में टेंशन मत लो. वो वन नोट तुम्हारा चाबी है. सॉरी अरे भाई ये वन नोट है. माइक्रोसॉफ्ट नाम की कंपनी है वन नोट नाम का सॉफ्टवेयर बनाती है. किस दुनिया में जी रहे हो? ठीक है. डोंट डिस्ट्रैक्ट द लेक्चर लाइक दैट. क्वेश्चन 19. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन प्लीज. क्वेश्चन 30. Which of the following is true about the audit committees as per the provisions of SOX? Sir, no financial experts are required if the audit committee can consult with either the auditor or the CFO. Wrong. It is a must. It is mandatory to have a financial expert on audit committee. A majority of audit committee must consist of financial experts. No. At least one audit committee expert must be. Yes. At least 2 audit committees must be financial expert and 1 must be a CPA. No. 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 There is no such thing about it. So what is your answer? At least 1 audit committee member must be a financial expert. The answer is option C. So Sakshi, what have you chosen? Sakshi has chosen C for this. So correct, Sakshi. Very good. Very good. Your answer is correct. Sorry. Right? That's question number 30. That's question number 30. Next. Next. Which is the next question? 31. Fair. Question number 31. Which of the following is true regarding a financial expert who serves on the audit committee of an issuer that is compliant with SOX? We started with the concept of financial expert. An audit committee member must have been a member on the board of directors for 5 years. No. Who said that? He should know gap, he should have performed audit, and he should know how to prepare financial statements. That's it. The audit committee member may qualify for recognition as a financial expert using any combination of experience or education. Using any combination of education and experience, auditing or preparing financial reports. Let's keep it on hold. An audit committee member can qualify as a financial expert, must have adequate technical training and experience as an auditor. No. Disclosure of financial expert is made at the election. No, it is compulsory. It is compulsory. Please try to understand. It is compulsory. It is compulsory. So audit committee members may qualify for recognition by using most of any combination of education and experience. The experience has to be in either audit or understanding gap, preparation of financial statements, and facing audit. Means you have been a part of a company that has been subjected to an audit. Therefore, you can then be a financial expert. So, which is this question number? This is question number 31. And the answer to question number 31 is option number B. Is option number B. Right?
Sir,
Yeah.
so why not option number C?
Let's talk about why not option number C. Let's go back to the question. An audit company member will qualify as a financial expert and must have experience as an auditor. The word that they have used is must have. This is not compulsory. Please remember, it is not compulsory for a financial expert of the audit committee to be an experienced auditor. He must have knowledge of gap, preparation of financial statements, and must have faced audit as a member of management of a company. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? Sakshi, does that solve your doubt?
Yes, sir.
So is it compulsory for a financial expert? Please tell me, is it compulsory for a financial expert to have been an auditor? Answer my question, please. No, sir.
No,
It
sir.
is not compulsory for a financial expert to be an auditor. A financial expert can be anybody who has exposure in gap, who can prepare financial statements, and who has worked as an auditor somewhere in his life. Hence, the answer to this question, sir, is option number B. Is option number B. And I believe with this, we have come to an end of.
Sir, leaving a doubt in me.
Yeah, please.
Sir, if that person has worked as an auditor,
Okay.
experience will be considered.
Yeah, it will count as an experience, but it is not compulsory. But it is not compulsory. It is not compulsory. 32 is also there. Okay, let's do 32. The primary benefit. What is the benefit of having, a financial expert? Enhanced level of sophistication of the financial expert can serve as a resource of the audit committee. Yes. The financial expert checks the auditor's work and appropriateness. No. The work. No, he cannot. Checks the auditor work. No. Verifies the appropriateness. My dear friends, audit opinion is an independent matter. Audit committee cannot verify the audit opinion. Please understand, the audit opinion is a matter of auditor's professional judgment and it is arrived upon independently by the auditor by applying audit procedures, and acquiring sufficient and appropriate audit evidence. Agreed or disagreed? But I will not use the word sufficient and appropriate audit evidence here, because even if you don't acquire sufficient and appropriate audit evidence, you can give an opinion, and that opinion is known as a disclaimer of opinion. Please try to understand. Sakshi, do you agree with that statement? By applying,
Yes,
Sakshi, do you
sir.
agree with that statement? By applying audit
Yes, sir.
procedures. It is essential that you urgently watch lecture 3, lecture 4, because those are external audit, and tomorrow we have given a holiday for group 1 tomorrow. We are cancelling that holiday. After US CMA part 2 lecture at night, we will keep a US CMA part 1 lecture, and we will finish off these things. We are not going to stop. I thought we will drag on today, but there are limitations on how long we can keep the office open. I can't keep it open till 5 a.m. That's not how it works, right? Please try to understand. So anyway, here the expert designation covers a higher level of due diligence on the expert and shields the audit committee members of of any liabilities. It was clearly written in your statement about financial expert. Presence of financial expert does not shield audit committee from any liabilities. This can't be the answer. This can't be the answer. Sir, there is an enhanced level of financial sophistication that the financial expert can serve. Sir, yes, that is true. The financial expert certifies compliance. Sir, no. The financial expert cannot sign, cannot assess, attest, and cannot certify any compliance of SEC or any